Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for the gold price prediction based on Elliott wave analysis. Starting for the overview here between bullish and bearish scenario. What are the scenario for the all-time history? We have of course an ABC toward the upside, finish wave 1 here, or a wave A of course. After both case scenario, we are looking at a double correction of course, which is of course a wave B or a wave 2. Now, after this, we see, of course, higher prices. Currently, this higher prices is represented as following: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Potentially, wave 1 can be finished here, or a wave A. And that means, of course, you can be in a wave B as well, and in a wave C, finishing a zigzag here for a wave 3 in a leading diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Otherwise, you are, of course, in a potential 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 for a wave C here. And those double scenarios are the main scenarios right now, and the difference between them is a wave 4 shallow or a wave 4 deep. So which one it's gonna be, of course, is the price action exactly here is gonna tell us an answer, of course, which is the highest possibility. Now, if we finish, of course, a shallow wave 4 as a zigzag 3 ways toward the downside, we're gonna hit, of course, 0.23 or 0.38 between the 2180 and 2586, and then, of course, continuation for one last wave 5 toward the upside to finish an A, B, and a C. Your wave C is an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. In case we see an impulse in this area 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, therefore we have to consider, of course, a deeper correction is gonna unfold for a wave 4 in a leading diagonal as a zigzag 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and a 5. Of course, your wave 5, of course, might reach even much higher than a wave 5 in an impulse, meaning, of course, you might have another zigzag here that it might reach even over 6,000 for the gold. Now, if we dive deeper inside this area to see, of course, the micro analysis. So as you might have seen, we have topped here for all the scenarios after, of course, this 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, the final leg of this impulse toward the upside, taking the high at around 3,500, very psychological number, by the way, for the top of the gold, and then start to move impulsively toward the downside. Let's move inside it and see what do we have. So as you can see on the 1 hour chart, we have a potential 1, 2, we have a finished wave 3 and 4 and a 5 toward the downside. A very nice impulse, of course, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for the wave 5 here. You are looking at, of course, another impulse toward the upside right now, potentially. Of course, it can be 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Or it can be an ABC extended wave C here for a correction, and you start to move continuously again toward the downside in 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. To get much more answer, let's move again inside it. And here we go. As you can see, you have a 1, 2, 3, and then 4 and a 5, potentially finished wave 1 here. And then you're looking for something corrective in this area, meaning, of course, higher potential is to move toward the downside. Again, continuation of this trend after an A, B, and a C. On the micro level for this scenario here, you can see obviously that we have, of course, 3 waves up, 3 waves down, impulse toward the upside, meaning A, B, and a C correction. And that means, of course, continuation of the trend toward the downside currently. And potentially, we are looking for the following scenario that we saw, of course, on the daily for, of course, a wave 4 here, which we are looking, basically for this blue box. This blue box is laying, of course, between the 0.23 and the 0.38 between 2,586 and 2,180. And that means, of course, we might see an A, B, and a C toward the downside before we start, of course, to think to move towards the upside. Of course, first level to be checked is a 0.23 before it might be somehow a short wave and then continuation for a wave 5. Yep, so that was it for the gold. Let's watch and see what's gonna happen. Of course, basically we have finished this 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, and we saw it also internally very well done. And of course, it is a very aggressive impulse for the gold. And yeah, I say, of course, potentially we need a correction. It is essential, of course, to have a correction. Otherwise, something is not healthy in this chart. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one. Bye bye.